So many people obsess about the tricks and combos they see on Instagram, and they completely forget about the true punches that actually guarantee knockouts. In this video I show you 3 punches to knock out anyone. Just last year I was stuck throwing a bunch of weak punches in sparring which didn't do a lot of damage. My opponent didn't have to do more than just keeping his hands up and walking towards me. I knew that I need to hit him where it hurts, but I simply didn't know how. I figured that I can't continue to get beaten up like that, so I made a decision to really focus and pay attention in sparring. Now, not only 1 year later, the way I box completely changed. My punches are precise, powerful, and they actually work in real fights. I'm able to land solid hits, and I finally feel like I have the skills to back up my confidence in the ring. And the only difference between the me then and the me now is literally just knowledge and practice. But I have to be honest with you. If I will put you into the ring right now, you wouldn't know what to do because you simply don't know what to aim for. You see, there are certain weak spots of the human body that make even the strongest fighter go to the canvas. If you hit these spots correctly, then they will guarantee a knockout. These are the top 3 punches to achieve a knockout. Make sure to pay enough attention. When you miss one single detail, then these punches will not work. Number 3. The solar plexus punch. The solar plexus punch is a devastating body shot that's been used by some of the greatest boxers to bring their opponents to their knees. Fighters like Eric Morales and Sergio Martinez are known for their powerful body shots, and a well-placed punch to the solar plexus has ended many fights. This punch targets a vulnerable spot just below the chest. When you hit a clean punch to the solar plexus, you make it almost impossible for your opponent to breathe. So of course we will start with the basics at first. To the stance, start with a strong stance. Your feet should be shoulder width apart, your knees slightly bent and your weight balanced. This stance helps to generate power from the ground up. Next round we will try to find the target. So the solar plexus is in the center of the torso, just below the rib cage. Visualize an imaginary opponent and aim directly at this spot. Accuracy is key here. If you don't do it right, your opponent can easily block this punch. Remember that the power of this punch comes from your whole body. The power comes from your legs and core, not just your arms. So bend your knees slightly and then rotate your hip as you punch. And when it comes to the distance, this punch works best at close to mid-range. So be close enough to strike accurately without losing power. When you're too close, you will lose momentum. When you're too far, you might miss. So now we come to the defense, and this is also the most important part. Keep your other hand up by your chin. When you throw this punch, it will probably be a straight right hand to the body, and just remember the solar plexus punch can leave you open to many counters. This is also the reason why it is so hard to execute. Now we will come to the practice part. So to practice this punch, just as in the last video, get your interval timer ready, set to 3 rounds of 3 minutes each and 15 seconds rest in between. First round, start slow and aim carefully at the solar plexus as you would do in a fight. In the second round, we increase the intensity but keep our accuracy. In the third round, use some setup jabs and feints to hide the solar plexus punch from the opponent. You can also do the same on a heavy bag. The first round, again, start slow to learn the basic movement. In the second round, increase speed, power and watch your form. And then in the third round, use setups and feints to hide your punch. In your rest, make sure that you relax your arms for the next round. This workout is very technical, so you can do it every day. Unlike other workouts like interval sprints or long heavy bag workouts, it is important that you give your body some time to recover. Here you can see the overview. Make sure to take a screenshot of these steps right now. Number 2. The overhand. The overhand punch is one of the most powerful punches you can throw. It's straightforward but can deliver a knockout when executed well. Fighters like Mike Tyson made this punch famous by knocking out opponents with a perfectly timed overhand. In a fight, this punch can slip right past your opponent's guard, targeting the side of their head or chin and delivering enough force to end the match. It's simple, but once you master it, the overhand can be a game changer in your arsenal. So for the overhand, start in a strong balanced stance. Feet should be shoulder width apart, knees slightly bent, weight balanced. Power comes from your whole body, not just your arms. Twist your back foot through your hips, ending with your shoulders. As your shoulder comes forward, throw the punch in a controlled looping arc. Focus on speed and precision, not just force. Just as with the solar plexus punch, while throwing the overhand, keep your hand up by your chin. This protects you from counter punches and keeps you covered. And again, set your interval timer to 3 times of 3 minutes each. In the first round, remember to start slow, and please watch that you're turning your fist in fully so you don't hit your opponent with your thumb, which would injure your thumb over time. Look how my right thumb looks compared to my left one. I can't bend it further anymore. That's because I didn't turn my fist fully. The second round, again, increase intensity and watch your technique. And in the third round, play with setup jabs and feints to make your overhand less expected. You can also do the same on a heavy bag. In the first round, again, start slow and get used to the punch. The second round, increase speed, power and watch your form. And then in the third round, finally use some setups and some feints to hide your overhand. In your rest, make sure that you relax your arms for the next round. Also think about which mistakes you made and what you can do better. And again, here's an overview so you can screenshot this. Number 1. The liver shot. The liver shot is one of the most painful and effective punches in boxing. Known for its brutal impact, this punch targets the liver, located on the right side of the body, just below the rib cage. Famous boxers like Gervonta Davis and Canelo Alvarez have used the liver shot to end fights with one perfectly placed punch. A direct hit to the liver causes an intense but slightly delayed pain that can temporarily paralyze the body. Again, stand in the right stance to be balanced. Remember where the liver is, it is just below the ribs. Aim directly at the spot for maximum impact. Accuracy is key here. Even a small miss can reduce your power. The liver shot needs power from your hips, not just your arm. Twist your back foot, engage your hips, and bring your shoulder forward. A lot of people throw this punch with a slight slip beforehand. That will give you more energy. Throw the punch at a slight upward angle to hit the liver effectively. Make sure to be tight and controlled while doing so. And make sure to keep your other hand up by your chin to guard yourself against counter punches. Alright, set your interval timer to 3 rounds of 3 minutes each. Learn the movement in front of the mirror. In the first round, remember to start slow and watch your technique. Do a little slip right before your punch. In the second round, then increase intensity and watch that you don't make any mistakes. And in the third round, people usually expect a liver shot, so use some setup punches and feints to hide it. You can also do the same on a heavy bag. So in the first round, again, start slow. Just do a few punches and watch your technique. In the second round, increase speed and power and of course, watch your form. And then in the third round, use setups and feints again before you throw your punch. And again, in your rest, make sure that you relax your arms and reflect on which mistakes you made and what you can do better. Here you can see the overview for the liver punch. Don't forget to take a screenshot. All of these 3 punches are super effective but also very basic. That's why even beginners can throw them. The only thing that makes you different from the pro boxers is literally just practice. As Bruce Lee once said, I fear not the man who has practiced 10,000 kicks once, but I fear the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times. Imagine what you could already do to your opponent if you only fully master even one of these punches. It's not entirely your fault that you can't throw and land these punches consistently. Because think about the coach, he has up to 30 people in his gym at the same time. There's simply no way that he can show every single person how to throw the perfect knockout punch. That's why you need to work on these punches by yourself. So look through your screenshots right now and start practicing these punches in front of your mirror and on your heavy bag. But remember, even the best technique won't help you if you run out of breath after the first minute of sparring. Building cardio is just as important as technique. It is what keeps you sharp and powerful throughout the fight. So click on this video right now to get superhuman cardio for any combat sport. And as always, keep your hands up.